Hey, what's up, folks? I want to do a quick video on how to get commercial insurance for your box truck. Um, this is the most important part of the whole process. If you can't get insured, then you can't get into this business. Okay. So make sure you watch the whole video. I'm going to show you uh, a bunch of options on how to get your the best rates. I've seen rates that you know, went up to 20,000 down payment. I remember somebody saying they got a $40,000 uh, down payment, on their commercial insurance, and that's because there's a lot of variables to this. It depends where you park the truck, it depends on your credit score, and it definitely depends on your driving record. I mean, I don't know what if you have DUIs or multiple crashes, this is going to be a problem for you. So you're going to definitely want to shop around before you get your LLC, before you get anything. Shop around for insurance first to see if you can even get into this business. I know people that buy trucks right away and don't even know if they can be insured. And right now the market is so saturated that, the prices are expensive. You can spend 50, 60 grand on a truck. And then when you go to file for your MC number and you file for your insurance, you find out, hey, they're charging me $20,000 down and $40,000 a year. You know what I'm saying? So should be the first step always, to get your business. I'm going to show you how to get the best rates, but don't 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 move ahead without getting an insurance quote. All right. So here we go. You're going to need a VIN number first of all. So if you don't have your truck, I mean, some people, like I said, they buy the trucks first, and that's fine. So if you have your truck, use that VIN number, which is you're going to get an accurate quote for that truck. If you don't have one, or you're looking to rent, it's going to be hard to get one from the rental companies if they don't like to give them out. So what you can do is go to a website that sells used truck. This one is Commercial Trader, Commercial Truck Trader, and just click on these trucks, whichever one you think you're going to probably end up buying, something like this. Um, the thing about these trucks too, they're expensive. I mean, this is a 2011, and it's not worth 53,000. But you're gonna need the VIN number, and when you actually get your insurance, you can update the policy. But you want to make sure you can even get insured, because like I said, it depends on your driving record. If you have DUIs or anything like that, or it's gonna be a problem, man. This stuff is expensive, and you got to make sure you're insurable. So you're gonna look for a truck that you think you're gonna get or something close to it, and you're gonna copy that VIN number, because you're gonna need a VIN number to get a quote. And this is the VIN number right here for this truck, and this is what you're gonna use. Um, as far as companies, there's not really many options. This is like cable. When you go to get cable in your state, you probably have one, two, or three options, and this is no different. This is a volatile industry. A lot of things go wrong in the trucking industry, so it's expensive. And then there's other insurance companies that won't go into this industry just because there's so much can go wrong. And there's thousands and thousands of agents out there that say they'll get you the best rate, but most of them are going to come back to Progressive to get your trucking insurance. Okay, so the best thing to do is to shop agents instead of shopping for uh, insurance. Shop agents, get 4 or 5 quotes from 4 or 5 different agents to get the insurance, because like I said, there's not many options. Progressive is one, it's probably the biggest. Another one is 3 by Berkshire Hathaway. They sell trucking insurance, and like almost all the agents are going to shop these for you. And there's another option, USAA trucking insurance. This is for military vets, so if you haven't been in the military, you're not going to be able to get a quote here. But if you have, this is another option they do. I found the option for one of the regular car insurance. It's Geico. If you've seen the commercials, the little lizard or the Geico, whatever it is. They have box trucks. They insure box trucks. You'd have to call them to see exactly, because remember, you're gonna need $1 million in liability and at least 100K in cargo insurance. So the brokers will work with you. So I've never used these guys, but this is what I found. And it says they insure box trucks. They say they don't insure semi trucks, which makes sense. Like I said, it's a volatile business to get in, and not many insurance companies want to get into that industry. but they do insure box trucks. I mean, I don't know if that's locally over the road, so it's worth giving them a call because, like I said, you want to get the best rates. You don't want to, you just don't want to go with one agent that's going to make you pay whatever he wants you to pay. So what you do is you go to Google and you Google trucking insurance, commercial insurance agent, and it's going to give you a list of insurance companies in your area. Okay, you want somebody that's that's licensed and able to write insurance policies in your state. And if you look here, there's a ton of them. Like I said, there's thousands of agents that'll shop for commercial insurance. But the thing is that, they're all probably going to shop Progressive. At the end of the day, they might get you a policy from Progressive. And if you look, there's plenty of agents. So what you need to do is take your day off or whatever if you're working or if you're doing anything, set a day off just for insurance quotes. Instead of shopping for commercial insurance, I shop for uh, commercial insurance agents. You know what I'm saying? Get at least 4 or 5. Don't go with 1 or 2 or 3. Shop 4 or 5 of these people and go through the process with each one of them. Get them on the phone. There's some sites that'll let you do quotes online, but that's inaccurate. You got to call them, give them your personal information, and get a quote as close as possible. Call each and one of them, go through the process, and get a quote through at least 4 or 5. I mean, 4 or 5. Don't shortchange yourself. It's a boring process. It's not something that you know everybody wants to do, but this is, like I said, this is the most important step, and this is what's going to determine if you can open a box truck business. Because if you have to pay $30,000-$40,000 down because you got a DUI accident or something, a bunch of accidents, then you're not going to be able to do business because you're not going to make any money. You're going to be paying insurance. So call 4 or 5 agents at least. If you can call more, go ahead. Do 5, 6, 7, 8, even 10 agents if you can. Take the day off, call each and one of these agents, go through the process, and write down each quote and from each agent and write down their number. And when you're looking for an agent too, don't only look for the best quote. Ask them all if they are if they know about the trucking, if they're familiar with the trucking industry, because you're gonna want an agent that you can call right away. You don't want an agent that gets back to you by email 3 days later. You want them to get back to you that same day. Truckers, as far as drivers, if you're gonna put drivers in your car, you're gonna have to insure them. They quit. Some of these drivers abandon your truck all over the country. You know what I'm saying? And you're gonna need to update these policies the same day. The same day. Don't make sure they know what they're doing. Don't get somebody that's gonna call you 3 days later, and, to get back to you. Make sure they get back to you that same day. They're able to update the policies the same day, and make sure you get the best price that makes sense for your business. You know what I'm saying? If you got a ridiculous price, like I said, some people I've seen 20,000 down, 3 or 4,000 a month, or 40,000 a year policy. I pay $2,000 a month for my policy. My down payment I think was like 3,800 or something like that, which is manageable. It's not the best, but you can get them as low as $1,500 if you have a perfect driving record and if you have good credit. And it depends where you're gonna park the truck too. But you can do this. But if you got a ridiculous amount of money, then you're gonna have trouble. Before I go, I'm gonna show you one more place that uh, you can get a quote. It's called CoverWallet. Go to coverwallet.com/business/truckers, and here's where you're gonna find commercial. You can get a quote for commercial insurance. If you scroll down, you'll see it says $600 from $600, and it includes 100,000 cargo insurance. You're probably not gonna get that $600 because there's, like I said, it depends on your record, your credit score, and other variables. And this is probably for the 750. That's not going to be enough to get a load. It'll be enough to get your MC number, but you're not going to get a load with that. Then you're going to need at least $1,000,000, and then you're going to need 100,000 cargo insurance. You might want to get, well, you should get full coverage too, which is going to add to the price. Some people, they try to skimp. They do it with regular cars all the time. They just get liability, and once they total their car, they're out of luck because You know, they total the car. If you total your truck and you don't have full coverage, then you're not going to have any money coming for that truck. So if you know, I recommend get the full coverage, and that's going to affect the price. Like I said, on the low end, I'd see 1,500. For me personally, it was $2,000 a month, a little under $2,000 a month, which isn't too bad. And I've seen 4,000 a month, 5,000 a month from others with bad driving records. So make sure you get your commercial insurance coverage. Make sure you get it first, because if you go buying a truck and you find out you can't get insurance, you're gonna have a tough time selling that truck. If you want to do the process here, go over to Instant Quote. Uh, you can do it. It's gonna take you to this page. You're gonna hit commercial insurance. I mean, you can do this. I recommend you call. They're gonna give you a number right here. Always call, because he's gonna be able to give you the right quote. This is just something like an automated system. If you click next, it's gonna ask you for stuff, and you're gonna get a quote here, and eventually they're gonna call you no matter what. But you know, if you want to do this, go ahead to get an idea. You know, if it's late night, like right now, I'm making this late night. You want to get a quote, you can do this on Cover Wallet. But make sure you call these people. Always make sure you call 4 or 5 different agents, and just go from there, man. I mean, like I said, try to get, if you can get something under 2,000 a month, which is about 500 a week. Some are as low as 1,500. I mean, there might be some 1,400 a month, but it's going to cost you, you know. And make sure you have the right coverage. You need $1 million liability, 100,000 in cargo, and I recommend you get full coverage for your truck, because a lot of things happen on the road, especially if you have a driver. They don't give two shits about your truck. They crash it or whatever, and then you have no money back. So make sure you get full coverage. And I'm gonna shorten this now. So if anything, if you have any more if you have any questions, leave them in the comments, and I'll try to get back to you guys.